Have you ever stumbled across a word that's so long it just looks wrong? Like a cat walked across the keyboard? Well, today, we're going to tackle a 45-letter monster. And believe me, it's got a pretty wild secret.
And there it is. Just look at that thing. 45 letters all jammed together. I mean, that's not a word. That's basically a whole sentence, right?
So what is this thing? Is this some, super complex chemical formula? A magic spell? Honestly, the first time I saw it, I had no idea where to even start. But hey, don't worry. We're going to figure this out together.
All right, let's just dive right in. We're going to treat this word like the heavyweight champion it claims to be.
Yep, 45. 45 letters. I mean, to put that in perspective, you know that other famously long word, anti-disestablishmentarianism? Yeah, this one makes that look like a warm-up.
So, what does the dictionary actually say about this beast? Well, apparently, it's a lung disease, and a super specific one at that. It's supposedly caused by inhaling really fine ash and dust from a volcano. Sounds pretty serious, doesn't it? And get this isn't just some random word that someone cooked up on the internet. Nope, it holds the official title of the longest word you can find in a major dictionary, like the Oxford English Dictionary. And that official seal of approval is what makes its real story so incredible. Okay, so we know what it's supposed to mean. But the big question remains, how in the world do you actually say it? I know, it looks completely impossible, but I promise there's a secret. It's all about breaking it down into smaller pieces.
Okay, let's do this. First up, pneumono. That's from Greek, and it just means lungs. Simple enough. Then you've got ultra-microscopic. That's a mix of Latin and Greek for basically super-duper tiny particles. Next is silico volcano, which is pretty straightforward, right? It's Latin for silicon dust from a volcano. And finally, you have coniosis. That's a classic medical suffix from Greek that means a condition caused by dust. See? All of a sudden, it's not just a jumble of letters.
All right, let's put it all together nice and slow. You can try it with me. Pneumono, ultra, microscopic, silico, volcano, coniosis. Okay, now let's speed it up a bit. You ready? Pneumono, ultramicroscopic, silico, volcano, coniosis. See? Not so bad. You totally got it.
Okay, I know, it's still a total mouthful, but it's just like the YouTuber Julian Mikel said, once you break it down into its parts, it's really not that intimidating. It's like a puzzle that you can actually solve.
So now you know what it means, you know how to say it, you're basically an expert. But here's where the story takes a really sharp turn. The real story, the one you're not expecting, is where this word actually came from. And I'll give you a hint. It wasn't a hospital or a medical lab.
Okay, picture this. The year is 1935. This word wasn't born in a science lab, but at a meeting of the National Puzzlers League. Yeah, a club for puzzle lovers. Their president, a guy named Everett M. Smith, basically invented it just for fun, as a challenge. But the word was so outrageous and catchy that it got picked up by a newspaper, and from there, the puzzlers actually campaigned to get it into the dictionary. And by 1939, they'd done it.
So, that's the big reveal, the big twist. It looks like a super serious, complex medical term for a lung disease. But what it really is, it's a completely artificial word. It was literally invented for fun by a group of people who just loved word puzzles. It's basically the most successful linguistic prank of all time.
And that backstory, that's what makes this whole thing so cool. This word stops being just a piece of trivia and becomes, well, it becomes a monument to how playful and creative language can be. It's such a great reminder that words aren't just for serious stuff. They can be a playground. I mean, can you just imagine that journey? You cook up this ridiculous word at your puzzle club meeting, maybe as a joke, and it takes on a life of its own. It becomes so well known that the dictionary people basically have to put it in. That's some serious power, all hidden inside a 45-letter word.
You know, there's actually a word for this love of using really, really long words. It's called sesquipedalianalism. And honestly, the invention of this word, which word lovers affectionately call P4, is probably the most perfect example of sesquipedalianalism you'll ever find.
All right, before we finish up, how about a quick lightning round of fun facts about this word? First, as I mentioned, word nerds call it P45 for short, much easier. Second, its whole purpose, the entire reason it was created, was to be the new longest word in English. And third, and this is the real kicker, even though it's built from real medical root words, there's basically zero scientific proof that this specific disease actually exists.
So what does all this mean? It means that one of the longest, most official-sounding words in the English dictionary isn't a serious scientific discovery or some complicated legal term. It's a joke. It's a puzzle that escaped the lab. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? It says that language isn't just a set of stiff rules we have to follow. It's a living, breathing thing that we can play with. And maybe, just maybe, the words that stick around the longest are the ones that were created just for the fun of it.